So, there's been a lot of talk about AI lately. It's everywhere. It's in our phones, it's in our cars, and now it's getting even more personal. OpenAI just dropped a new feature for ChatGPT. This one feels a little different. It's not just about typing anymore. Now, you can talk to it. And I mean really talk to it, not voice to text that mangles things. A full-on voice recording and conversation feature built right into the app. It's designed to make interacting with AI feel less like a step forward. The core idea is simple. Tap a button instead of pecking at the keyboard. Start talking. ChatGPT records your voice. It understands you. Then it responds. This could be a much more natural, fluid interaction. We talk faster than we type. Voice carries tone and nuanced text can't capture. This update aims to bridge that gap. More human, more intuitive, faster when you're on the move. Think about all the times you've had a quick thought or a question but didn't want to type it all out. Maybe you're driving, maybe you're cooking, or your hands are just full. This feature is built for those moments. It's a quality of life update that could change how people use AI daily. ChatGPT is becoming a companion that's always ready to listen. It's a subtle shift, but it has massive implications. The future is looking less about keyboards and more about conversations. Alright, let's break it down. What are the actual benefits here? First and foremost, it's about speed. Convenience, it's just faster to speak than to type. If you have a complex idea or a long question, you can just say it. No need to type every sentence. Check for typos, then hit send. You just talk. That removes a major point of friction, makes ChatGPT usable during other tasks. The second major benefit is accessibility. This is a game changer for a lot of people. Users with motor impairments who find typing difficult or impossible. Individuals with dyslexia for whom writing can be a significant challenge. This voice feature opens the world of AI to them. Great for visual learners and thinkers. Verbalizing helps you process ideas. Making speaking the main input is radically more inclusive. Another key benefit is the natural flow of conversation. Typing is stop and start, type a prompt, wait for a response, read it, then type another. With voice, it feels like back and forth dialogue. Ask follow-ups faster, and the interaction feels less robotic. That can lead to better, more creative outputs from the AI. You can refine ideas in real time. It keeps your train of thought without keyboard interruptions. Finally, hands-free, a massive practical advantage. In the kitchen following a recipe, ask for substitutions. No need to wash your hands, pick up your phone, or start typing. You just ask. So who is actually going to be using this every day? The list is longer than you might think. Let's start with students. Picture a college student walking across campus after a lecture. They can use the voice feature to summarize their messy handwritten notes. They can just read their notes aloud and ask ChatGPT to organize these thoughts into a clean summary with bullet points. Or they could practice for a presentation by speaking their script and getting instant feedback on clarity and flow. It becomes a study partner that fits right into the gaps of a busy academic day. Then you have professionals and creators. For a writer or a journalist, it's an incredible tool for brainstorming. You can go for a walk and just talk through your ideas for an article. Hey ChatGPT, I'm thinking about a piece on the future of foldable phones. Let's explore some angles. Pros and cons. This verbal processing can unlock new ideas. They could talk through a complex piece of code they're stuck on, explaining the logic out loud to find the flaw. Almost like the rubber duck method, but with an AI that can actually respond with suggestions. This feature is also a huge deal for busy parents or anyone managing a household. You're trying to get kids ready for school while also planning dinner. You can ask ChatGPT for a quick, healthy recipe using only the ingredients you have, all while you're packing lunch boxes. I have chicken, broccoli, rice. Give me a simple 30-minute recipe. It's about getting that little bit of help exactly when you need it, without having to stop what you're doing. It turns the AI from a research tool into a practical life assistant that can handle the mental load of daily logistics. And let's not forget language learners. This is a fantastic application. Okay, so you have the feature. How do you get the most out of it? Here are a few pro tips. First, treat it like a real conversation. Don't just bark keywords at it. The more context you provide, the better the response will be. Instead of saying email ideas, try something more natural like, "Hey ChatGPT, I need to send a follow-up email to a client named Sarah about the project proposal we discussed yesterday. Can you help me draft something that's professional but friendly and reminds her about the deadline next Friday?" The nuance in your voice and the conversational structure will give the AI a lot more to work with. My second tip is use verbal cues to structure your thoughts. When you're dictating a long idea or a list, use phrases like first, second, in addition to summarize. This helps the AI understand the structure of your request and organize the output accordingly. For example, you could say, "I need a plan for a YouTube video. The first part should be the hook, the second part will be the main review, and the final part will be the conclusion with a call to action." This is much more effective than just rambling and hoping the AI figures it out. Another powerful technique is to ask for different formats or tones in your follow-up commands. After you get an initial response, don't be afraid to refine it with your voice. You can say things like, "Okay, that's good, but can you make it sound more casual? Can you reformat that as a table? Explain that to me like I'm a 5-year-old." Because the interaction is so quick and conversational, you can iterate rapidly to get the exact output you want. This iterative process is where the voice feature really shines, turning a single query into a dynamic, creative session. Finally, don't forget to use it for brainstorming out loud. The simple act of speaking your ideas can help clarify them. Use ChatGPT as a sounding board. Now, as cool as this feature is, it's not perfect. We need to talk about the limitations. First, accuracy is still a thing. While the voice recognition is very, very good, it's not infallible. It can still mishear words, especially if you have a strong accent. It can still mishear words if there's a lot of background noise. It can still mishear words if you're using very specific technical jargon or names. Quickly glance at the transcription before the AI responds. Make sure it understood your query correctly. A small mistake in input can lead to a completely wrong output. Another limitation is the lack of true real-time conversation. It's close, but not quite like talking to a person. There's still a slight delay. You speak, the app processes, then it responds. You can't really interrupt or overlap like with a friend. It's a turn-based conversation. Be patient and let the AI finish its thought. It's a monologue, then a response, not a true dialogue. The context window is also a factor. ChatGPT remembers within a conversation, but memory isn't infinite. Long, complex back and forth may lose early details. This applies to text too, but feels worse than in voice. You may need to remind it of earlier points that can break the conversational flow. Finally, it needs a good internet connection. This isn't offline. Your voice is sent to servers, processed, and a response is sent back. Spotty Wi-Fi or weak cell means slow, laggy, or failed responses. Less reliable when you're on a subway, on a plane, or hiking in a remote area. It's cloud-based and carries typical connectivity frustrations. Alright, let's get into the big one, privacy. Whenever you're talking to a device and it's recording you, it's fair to ask, where is this going? Who is listening? When you use the voice feature, your audio is recorded and sent to OpenAI servers. There, it's transcribed into text, which is then fed into the ChatGPT model. According to OpenAI's policy, they do use this data, the audio and the transcription, to train and improve their models. This is how the AI gets better at understanding different accents, dialects, and speaking styles. Now, you do have some control over this. In the ChatGPT settings, you have the option to opt out of having your conversations used for training. If you turn this off, your chats won't be used to improve the general models. However, even if you opt out, your conversations are still saved in your chat history for 30 days. OpenAI says this is done to monitor for misuse or abuse of the system. After 30 days, they are permanently deleted unless they have been specifically flagged for a safety review. So it's not entirely private from the get-go. So what's the bottom line here? You should not be saying anything into ChatGPT that you wouldn't be comfortable writing in an email or a public forum. Think of it as a semi-public conversation. So, after all that, what's the final verdict? Is ChatGPT's new voice feature a gimmick or a game changer? I'm leaning heavily towards game changer. It's a genuinely useful evolution of the user interface that makes AI more accessible, faster, and more natural to use. It removes the friction of the keyboard. It integrates large language models into moments where you need them most, when your hands are busy, when you're on the move, when you just want to think out loud. It's a well-executed feature that points to a future where we talk to our technology as much as we tap on it. The feature is best for speed and convenience. Draft a quick email while walking the dog. Brainstorm blog ideas while making coffee. Settle a debate with a friend without typing. It shines at conversational tasks, language practice, creative iteration. For people who find typing hard or who need stronger accessibility tools, this is a fundamentally improved. However, it's not the right tool for every single job. When you need absolute precision, use the keyboard. For highly sensitive info, prefer text. Watch for transcription accuracy issues. You need a solid internet connection. Voice equates to flow and speed. Text equates to precision and privacy. In conclusion, big step forward. OpenAI built something intuitive that adds user value. ChatGPT feels more like a helpful assistant. Try it out. See how it fits your workflow. Use it for low-stakes tasks, creative tasks, and on-the-go tasks first. You'll likely find it hard to go back. The keyboard isn't dead, but it just got a serious competitor. Remember to subscribe for more insights. Thanks for watching. Thanks.